Welcome, YouTube friends and family, to today's edition of the Wellness Homesteader. Now, y'all know I am not a gloom and doom, scare you half to death person, but I just got back from Walmart. I needed a couple things, not a lot, and I took some time to peruse prices, walk the aisles, and think about my strategy going forward given the increase in prices. I have some suggestions for you, but first, the haul. Stay tuned. This is not one of my strong points, y'all, so I'm gonna do my very, very best. So, first thing I purchased was 2 pounds of extra sharp cheddar cheese for $7.48. I do buy the organic cheeses from Azure. However, I shredded all of my sharp cheddar, did not leave enough that I can just have for snacking, not being a big meat eater. Now, I'm going to show you something that I bought that you're all going to be like, it's probably the worst thing in the world. I love me some chili dogs. I have tried the grass-fed, uncured. I don't like them. So these are chicken, primarily, the S-Bar Franks, and they were $1.18. And let me tell you, Walmart has a huge hot dog section. However, the S-Bar Franks, which are the cheapest, were definitely in short supply. There were maybe 5 packages. Next item is, I like to keep some convenience foods for days that I'm in a big hurry, or I don't have anything thawed out or in the fridge to eat. So I got myself 2 pot pies. Y'all remember when these pot pies were under $1? Yeah, I do too. And they are up to $1.18, which is what the S-Bar Franks were as well, as compared to the organic, which is more like $5 for the same amount. So you'll see a great value theme in this. Something that I thought wasn't too bad of a buy was their frozen corn and their frozen peas. They were 84 cents a package. Y'all know my corn story. Don't think I'm going to have a whole lot. And peas, I only grew enough for seed for next year. I did not grow peas to eat. So I did purchase peas. Next item is buttermilk. Y'all, this is like, I don't know, like a tiny bit. 4 cups, 2 cups in a pint, 2 pints. It's a quart. I'm sorry, I know I don't say that word very well. $2.56. Now, I do have powdered buttermilk, but I want to try making some cornbread by grinding my own corn, and I wanted the real buttermilk. But you guys, for that little bit, $2.48. Amazing, and the only brand they carry. One of the reasons I went is I need some yogurt. I do make my own yogurt. I have some milk I thawed out. I want to make a batch of yogurt, but I need some yogurt starter because I don't have any yogurt on hand. This little container, which is like 1 serving, 5.3 ounces, was $1.06. Now, I could have bought a big container for better price on the ounce, but that's not what I needed. So they're really getting you on the convenience items. Bananas. Y'all remember when bananas were like 16, 18, 19 cents a pound? Yeah, no, they're 62 cents a pound now. So for 2 bananas, 21 cents. So these are going to get eaten. I am not going to let these go to waste, for sure. Another item I was out of was horseradish. If y'all don't make your own cocktail sauce, it's just horseradish and ketchup. So it's a good thing to have. Plus, I have some recipes I use horseradish in. This was $2.64. Okay. Great value hot dog buns, $1. I can't make them for $1, but we're going to talk about some things here in just a minute. Now, a little bit more pricey are the Great Value snack crackers. The last time I bought them, they were $1.98. Today, they are $2.24. Some of you may think this is a little over the top, but I love these salt and vinegar Blue Diamond almonds. I don't buy chips and salty snacks, but I love these. But y'all, these are up to $6.98. Crazy to me. My Southern Sweet Tea, I no longer go in and buy 6 or 7 at a time because now it is, wait for it, I'm sorry, $3.92. Now, it does last quite a while, but still, that's crazy for this little bit of concentrated fake tea. I think my biggest shock was a Great Value creamer. Now, this is a 3-pound, 12-ounce container. It was always around $3, maybe a little more, maybe $2.98, but so much cheaper than the name brand. Today, I had to give $6.98 for this creamer. That is just absurd to me. I did purchase, other than this, I guess one splurge, pardon my rage, and that is this beautiful mini peach color roses. And I love having fresh flowers in the house. I have not purchased any for quite some time. These were $9.98 for a whole bunch. And they're quite lovely. I will enjoy them. And I also make use of the actual roses, making them into rose vinegar. And you can also use this for a fabric softener when you make your own vinegar. So these will have 2 lives, one to enjoy and also one to make into something else. Let me put this cold stuff away, and then I'm going to share some thoughts with you about how you might conserve some of your resources when going to the grocery store. Stay tuned. Well, one good thing about high prices is it doesn't take you long to put the groceries away because you can't buy very much, right? And this, I don't mean for this to just be a griping video. However, we're all living in this world today. We're all dealing with crazy inflation. I saw a recent figure of 9.2%, I believe, or 9.3. And I'm like, of what? Everything's gone up. Many, many things are double. You know, a lot of things are a 50% increase. And I highly doubt, for those of us on Social Security, that our increase this year will be 50% or 100%. Yeah, that's not going to happen. So it is important to look at your resources and to use them wisely. So here are a couple things that I did observe today. So you know how a lot of grocery stores, most grocery stores, have the little tag on the shelf that will give you the price per ounce so you can compare, let's say, the store brand versus a name brand. A trick that they're doing now is they're starting to put a price per unit. So let's just say this is creamer, and there's Great Value brand, and there's, I don't even know what the name brand is, Carnation or whatever. The Carnation may say it's $2 per unit, and the Great Value brand may have a per ounce price on it. The other thing that I have noticed, y'all, whether it's by design or whether it's some kind of computer glitch, price per ounce is not always accurate, and that's particularly true on Amazon. So if you're not aware of that, be aware. Most of us have cell phones. Calculators are cheap. You can buy them at the dollar store. Do the math, because if each item has you making a decision and you make the decision for the higher priced item, that really does add up. And I'm sure people in frustration are just like, I'm not doing the math, and they just buy whatever. So, suggestion for you there. Second suggestion, look high and look low. Being a shorter person, I forget to look up sometimes, and a lot of times the better buys are not right at eye level. All of the name brands, all of the foo-foo fancy stuff is right at eye level. So one of the things that I was doing in anticipation of my mom's 87th birthday this month is I took a look at festive cake decorations. And y'all, I'm not willing to pay that. I can do something pretty, or it just won't be decorated. You know, at 87, I don't think my mom cares as long as it's chocolate. So, But what I did notice is all of the fancy, like sprinkles that are all one color, you know, in the bags. All of that was at eye level, and some of the less expensive stuff was up higher. I'm bad about this, y'all. Number 3, learn to make those convenience items. So it kind of got a burden on my heart coming home as I was fussing about prices, that there are certain things that I do buy that are straight up convenience, like the banquet pot pies. So one of the things I want to start bringing to you is how you can make some of those convenience items that are great to have, you know, in your freezer, that you can just pop in the oven or your toaster oven, or even some of the microwave. I'm not sure homemade would be great in the microwave, but at any rate, pardon me, there are things that you can make instead of paying those prices for somebody else to make it for you. Excuse me just a moment. You know, we've had really, really heavy fog today, which just holds all the allergens in the air, so I apologize. You can find favorite restaurant meal dupes everywhere on the internet. So if you like Mexican, if you like Italian, whatever it might be, you can Google it, and allrecipes.com is a great one to have a lot of good recipes. So, case in point, let me get something here. Y'all know I can't have everything. I was talking to my bestie, Peggy, and she had to go say the word pumpkin. Now, y'all know I'm having a terrible problem with blossom rot on my pumpkins, but I have plenty of preserved pumpkin, and I also have some canned pumpkin and butternut squash, which you can use them interchangeably. But she said the word pumpkin, and I'm like, I'm gonna be needing some pumpkin muffins. So I went into the bakery area of Walmart. Now, they had a lot, but like a basic pumpkin muffin with like one nut chopped up fine on the top of it, like 4 of those were like $4 and something, so more than $1 a muffin. So I got online and I found from KingArthurBaking.com pumpkin streusel coffee cake. Now, I am going to double the recipe because it only calls for half a cup pumpkin, and I don't want to waste pumpkin out of the can, and I don't want to thaw my homegrown pumpkin because it's definitely more than half a cup. It's enough for a pie. But I thought there's no reason I can't make them into muffins and freeze them and have them as convenience items. Can y'all tell I'm jonesing for it to be fall? I really, really am. I'm tired of the heat, and we are supposed to have a heat wave here in Ohio this week. Wonderful. If you just can't help yourself from impulse buying, or maybe you have like littles that are still out of school and they're like, Mom, I want this and I want that, and it's a battle, try the free online ordering where you just go and pick it up. Now, you do have to spend a lot more time comparing prices, but Walmart.com, it's pretty easy if you want to just pick it up. I do not utilize Instacart or any of the delivery services. Gas gets any higher, I might. Although it was down to $3.83, I think. $3.83, $3.84 today. I mean, who would ever think that was a good price? Yeah, when it was $1.50 during the pandemic. But anyway, if I am really, really tight on money and I know exactly how much I can spend, that is a really good way for me to go online, get the things I need, stay out of the flower aisle, stay out of the pajama aisle, love pajamas as well, and not do any impulse buying. Okay, number 5. Y'all learn how to make your own bread. I did realize I'm doing a lot in my bread machine of like sandwich breads, and not all of you may have or even want to have a bread machine. I will tell you, you can buy bread machines all day long at the Goodwill for a really good price. Now, whether they're sanitary, I mean, you can disinfect them. Whether they work appropriately, I don't know. I've never purchased one from the thrift store. So drop me a comment below if you would. I'm very, very curious to know, would you like me to start doing some videos, not tons, of simple ways that you can make homemade foods that are approachable by everyone, whether you have a bread machine or not, whether you have a stand mixer or not, so that you can cut back on your grocery bill. I can tell you it costs way, way less, way, 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 way less to make a loaf of bread than it does to buy it in the store. So, case in point, I was reading yesterday, said the cost of making a loaf of bread, and this was a 1.5 pound loaf, not the 2 pound loaf, was around $1, including electricity. I don't know how accurate that is. I think it's less depending on how you buy your grains or flours, but it is definitely cheaper. It's much better for you. You're not getting all those additives and artificials and all of that. Yesterday, I did a lot of cooking and just did some preserving. I canned some green beans. I made some bread, and I have a lot of instant mashed potatoes in my long-term pantry. I normally will not eat instant mashed potatoes because I don't like them. However, they're a wonderful addition to bread, and you don't get that fakey artificial taste. So I made some potato flake bread, and it is so good. If you go to the bakery to buy a loaf of potato bread and it's not a 2 pound loaf, it's going to cost you way more than it does to make it at home. So things like some quick items to put in your freezer, some easy items that you can make. Please leave me a comment. Is that something that interests you, or are you all set on that? All right. Next, grow what you can. I know not everyone can garden. Y'all, the older I get, the more I'm not sure how much more gardening I can do, but I've just got 2 new garden beds, and I've got my topsoil delivery coming so that I can put all my chicken manure in there and get it ready for spring. I am definitely going to be doing some fall planting. If you already have a garden, think about that, because y'all, prices are not going to get cheaper anytime soon. They may never get cheaper, but they're certainly not going to anytime soon, in my opinion, just given the state of the economy. If you have a sunny windowsill, you can grow herbs, which saves you a lot of money. I cannot believe how much spices are as well, because I always have to peruse the spice aisle because it might be something I need. That's why I should do online ordering. All right, and then my final word of wisdom today is, please stock up. Please don't be lulled into a false sense of security because the grocery store shelves look fairly well stocked. They are fairly well stocked. I will say one other price increase that just blew me away. I am a user of bleach, not in my clothing, but in cleaning. It is also a good thing to have for disinfecting water to make it potable and usable. So I was looking for a gallon of bleach. I have bleach, but I thought, oh, I'll stock up on another gallon. I wanted the non-concentrated, and you want no scent. Yeah, it was almost $7 for a gallon of bleach. Y'all remember when bleach was like $1? Because I do. And the small jugs, which is my preference, they only had the concentrated. So I am just seeing unbelievable price increases and some availability issues. It's not terrible. What I do see is things that are a little more on the economical side are going fast. So make sure you put a few extra things on your shelf each and every time you shop. That makes it much more approachable when you're not trying to do it all at once. I hope that the prepper pantry list that I put together is helpful to you. And y'all, don't feel like you have to buy everything on that list. Buy what you use, buy what your family will use. I started out with what I had on hand and added to. All right. So I appreciate your time today, and let me know, how are you liking the shorter videos, y'all? I'm doing more videos, not really sure why, but it is a common request that my videos are too long. I will still have some long videos when I'm doing something that requires a long video, but I'm trying to, you know, creep back to the 15 to 20 minute instead of the 40 minutes or more. So let me know in a comment below what you think. If you haven't already, please go ahead and smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, would love to have you. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, select all to be notified of every new upload. And until I see you again, be healthy, be well, be blessed. Take care.